Sure, you can be smart. You can know how clouds are formed and why the sky is blue. But wisdom is more than that. Wisdom is knowing that you don't know all the answers. It's understanding that life will get tough, but knowing that you're tougher. Wisdom is looking deep inside your gut, inside your heart, to learn what really matters. Wisdom is trusting in your doctors and your family, and most importantly, yourself. Because you're wise enough to know that you're worth fighting for. I'm wise beyond my years. I'm conquering childhood cancer. Thank you for being a partner in the fight. Together, we will conquer childhood cancer.
DC Diamonds is a year-round fundraising effort dedicated to supporting children and families affected by childhood cancer. Our
efforts culminate in an annual
fundraiser hosted in the Washington, D.C. area each year. As a committee of 23 alumni volunteers, our mission is to support THON
while staying engaged
in our local D.C. community.
Together, we have raised $24,435.01 for THON and for the Four Diamonds since we started fundraising in 2018. To learn more about DC Diamonds and our impact in the DC area, go to our website at dcdiamondsftk.org or follow us on social media on all platforms at DC Diamonds FTK. For the kids.
FTK. For the kids.
FTK.
For the kids.
What brings you in today? You don't feel well? Let's see. We're going to have to run some tests. Just a little pinch. We're not sure what's wrong. We'll need you to come back for some more blood work. It could be an infection. I'm afraid we have some bad news. You won't be able to go to school for a while. And you're not going to have very much energy. Sometimes you won't be in the mood to play. It's okay, don't be afraid. We're going to get through this. Thank you for being a partner in the fight. Together we will conquer childhood cancer.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to DC Diamonds 2021. It is incredible to see the numbers come in on this live stream, so I cannot thank every single one of you for joining us this evening for our virtual event. My name is Heather Grace Thomas, and I'm the director of DC Diamonds and have had the pleasure of doing this since our start in 2018. But I could definitely not do this all alone, as a group of Penn State alumni volunteers have worked together so hard in the DC area to mimic the feeling that we all felt when we attended Penn State University and contributed to Penn State THON. It's funny that we met not too long ago in June of 2020 when our event last year turned virtual. Since then, our work has not stopped because it couldn't have. Since COVID-19, things got even darker for these families fighting childhood cancer. Their stop didn't fight, their fight got even harder, so that means we had to step in. So since 2020, when our last Zoom ended, this live stream began. And I have the honor of working with some of the most amazing individuals to make this all possible. Tonight, you're gonna hear from the DC Diamonds 2020 and 2021 committee, Penn State leaders, Four Diamonds leaders, and of course, our incredible family speaker, Miss Kristen Skorkopia. I also have a lot of incredible announcements, such as our golden ticket winners. So those that did purchase our celebration box, you received a golden ticket. So make sure to have that live with you tonight as we will be picking our winners for these incredible prizes. The celebration box took a lot of hard work over this year to bring a sense of happiness and joy that we would feel in person to every one of your homes. We got to meet a lot of incredible businesses, small and large, that were able to help make this beautiful box come to life. That also is in the background. We all worked hard on the weekends, putting them together, meeting over Zoom, lots of long emails, and so on. So if you have a celebration box, thank you for purchasing it, and I hope you enjoy all of your amazing treats. I want to highlight 3 people who made a big impact in that celebration box. They were able to give us those treats that you are enjoying tonight. We have Chocolates Unlimited. Please check out their amazing Etsy shop, and you can also find them on social media. We had Lucy's Confections, that if you saw that DC Diamonds logo cookie, she was responsible for that. And we had many other things donated, such as those cutting boards from Rock Lion Goods. So thank you to our donors, and I hope you guys truly enjoy them. 2 other people that would not have made this night as spectacular as it is includes Walmart, who was one of our newer sponsors, who gave $500 to us this year. So thank you so much to Walmart, and especially thank you to Tito's. So Love Tito's is a philanthropic arm of Tito's Handmade Vodka. Each member of Team Tito's is empowered to give back to causes, efforts, and organizations that inspire them with the overarching goal to turn spirits into love and goodness, and they did just that. Giving back has been a part of the Tito's story since the very beginning. When a nonprofit asked them to donate a few cases, they did not hesitate and have been giving back ever since. Their $2,000 donation really kickstarted this year, and we have them to thank from the bottom of our hearts. DC Diamonds would not be possible without this amazing committee. I know firsthand the hard work and dedication these individuals put in day and night. Sometimes I think we work harder than we do when we were thought captains back in the day, just because we know how badly we wanted to succeed. So I am thrilled to introduce you all to the DC Diamonds 2020 and 2021 committee.
Hey everyone, my name's PJ. I am the marketing and tech lead for DC Diamonds, and I thon for my childhood friend Katie and all the children that are fighting the same battle that she fought.
My name is Carly. I am the sponsorship chair for DC Diamonds, and I thon for my students.
My name is Sammy Persultan, and I am the fundraising lead for DC Diamonds. I thon for a better tomorrow, for the families, for the kids, for their futures.
My name is Mandy McGee, and I am part of the marketing committee for DC Diamonds. I thon so that every child has the opportunity to grow up and follow their dreams for the kids.
My name is Danny Nakop. I'm one of the social coordinators, and I thon so that kids can have brighter futures.
My name is Eric Wolfhart. I'm one of the local events chairs and the online giving chair, and I thon to ignite hope.
Hi, my name is Delia Carr. I'm one of the alumni events chairs, and I thon for my friend Kelsey.
I'm Logan Page. I'm the restaurant donations chair, and I thon so that all kids can chase their dreams.
Hi, my name is Alex Korolkoff. I'm one of the social coordinators, and I thon so that children can grow up and see the wonderful world that we live in.
My name is Emily Purnell, and I'm one of the alumni events chairs this year for DC Diamonds. And I thon for more birthdays and for Tucker.
Hi everybody, my name is Brian Kapinski. I'm a local events fundraising co-chair, and I thon so that no family should ever have to watch their child suffer.
Hi, my name is Taryn, and I'm the donation and outreach lead for DC Diamonds. I thon for all kids fighting pediatric cancer.
My name is Christine Camizio, and I'm a member of the DC Diamonds Marketing Committee. I thon for children and their families who need our love and support the most.
Hi, I'm Laura Daly. I'm a social coordinator with DC Diamonds, and I thon so that every cub can grow up to become a dandelion.
Hi, my name is Daniela Lawton, and I'm the admin and gala chair for DC Diamonds. And this is Sienna, and we thon for Erin.
Hi, my name is Heather Grace Thomas. I'm the director of DC Diamonds, and I thon for my cousin Victoria Ondo Burnfin and our entire family, Team Vic, as Victoria was taken way too soon from us due to cancer.
My name is Melissa. I'm the committee treasurer, and I thon for Justin, for Allie, for Dominique, and for all the kids out there who deserve to just be kids.
My name is Tracy Tardif, and I'm the social media chair for DC Diamonds. I thon because every kid deserves to experience the magic of childhood.
Once again, this would not be possible without those 23 individuals dedicating long nights after long days of work, their weekends, and a lot of data on their cell phones from me blowing up their phones with a lot of different calls. So thank you so much. And also real estate. I commonly put our raffles and donations in the committee's home. So I seriously have nothing but amazing things to say about these individuals. So thank you for continuing this mission each and every day alongside me. Tonight's event actually did start a whole week ago. Our raffle and silent auction opened on Rally Up, which is a platform that you would go to actually bid on our auction items as well as our raffles. If you haven't checked it out yet, please go to the link below. It closes at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely check it out. There are some amazing things. We have received the highest amount of donations ever this year. And I am so excited to introduce you to Jaren Sugar, who made that all possible with her and her donations committee. So without further ado, here is Jaren.
Thank you, Heather. So my name is Jaren, and I'm the Donation and Outreach Lead for DC Diamonds 2021. I would first like to thank my donation committee members, Logan Page, Karen Thompson, Kaylin Spencer, and Olivia DiCarlo. I could have not done this without all their hard work. My committee members and I received over $8,000 worth of donations for the 2021 raffle and silent auction. We are so thankful for our donor support in raising funds for childhood cancer. This year, we had a multitude of donors. Our donations range from experiences such as the Bear Oak wine tasting package and Church Hall arcade package to items such as the 1 month membership to Book of the Month Club and a Penn State picnic basket from Picnic Time. We received a variety of art donations, including items from Bob Bauman, Dan Kelly, and Mick Williams. Along with our donors, 2 auction vendors assisted us this year. Best Authentic helped us with the sports memorabilia, and Jules with a Purpose coordinated all the jewelry items for the silent auction. We look forward to choosing the winners later tonight. Make sure, as Heather previously said, to hold on to the golden ticket, as we'll be pulling them just shortly. And remember, the bidding window ends at 7:30. Thank you.
Jaren is truly one of the most passionate and spirited people I've ever gotten to meet. Her dedication to this organization and to capturing not only a lot of donations, but high quality donations for businesses that we can also give back to. Whenever we ask a donation, we try to find ways to honor them on our social media page or bringing them business, such as going to a fundraiser and supporting them, especially in this really hard time. There have been many businesses as well that her committee has reached out to that haven't been able to give, but that still contributes to the amount of hard work it takes to create such an amazing raffle and silent auction that you guys are seeing tonight. So again, 15 minutes left, team. Definitely get those bids and raffles in, and we'll pull those winners later in this program. The next 2 guests are big Penn State supporters, as one of them is the president of the Penn State Alumni Association. His name is Paul Clifford, and he has been a cheerleader for DC Diamonds and our community since day one. He's always reaching out, trying to find ways to raise awareness for our work, but most importantly, the work of Penn State THON and the 4 Diamonds. So I am so excited to share with you Paul Clifford. It'll then go right into our local president, Andrew Schlegel, who is the Penn State Alumni Association of our local chapter president. So he represents Metro Washington, D.C. The first day I moved to this area, he was actually my first friend. I sat down with him over dinner and asked him one question: how can we bring THON to this chapter? And he answered with a lot of different things, including, well, why don't you go start it? And here we are in 2021 in front of you guys over this screen with thousands of dollars that we're ready to give to the 4 Diamonds Fund. So here is Mr. Paul Clifford. Enjoy.
Where else would you rather be than a room full of Penn Staters? I'm Paul Clifford, CEO of the Penn State Alumni Association. And for over 150 years, the Penn State Alumni Association has proudly served Penn State University. And for the past 44 years, we have been a proud sponsor of THON. On behalf of our 175,000 members of the world's largest alumni association, I'd like to congratulate everyone involved with DC Diamonds, and especially the force of nature that is Heather Grace Thomas. You are demonstrating to the world the impact of philanthropy and what it means to be a Penn Stater. The Penn State Alumni Association is powered by pride, and what you're doing here is fueling that pride. THON is a movement, a mobilization of this community to end pediatric cancer. THON grows leaders, THON changes lives, THON saves lives. And THON doesn't stop at graduation. And we all know THON can't stop at graduation. Too many kids need us to keep dancing. And so THON continues after Penn State and is a big part of the alumni experience. The way to defeat cancer is to have the strength to face it head on and say cancer cannot. It's to have the wisdom to love, the honesty in every laugh and smile, and it's the courage to continue to dance. Tonight, we rise and unify to defeat childhood cancer. Thank you for all you do for the university, for the glory, and for the kids. We are!
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew Schlegel. Like Heather said, I'm the president of the Metro Washington, D.C. chapter. First off, I want to thank everybody for attending tonight, supporting DC Diamonds, supporting THON, and supporting the kids. Without you all, we could not do what we do. Second off, I wanted to thank everyone on the THON committee, on DC Diamonds. You guys rock. I remember back to last year, DC Diamonds was going to happen. We were going to have it at Nats Park. You guys pivoted on a dime whenever COVID hit. But again, I just wanted to thank the THON and DC Diamonds. Whether you guys were collecting things for raffles, doing events, virtual events, you guys absolutely killed it. And I cannot wait to see how much we raised tonight. I'm so proud of all of you guys. I think kind of the last thing that I want to talk about is a little bit about the chapter. We represent all of Penn Staters in the Washington, D.C. area. So whether you're out in Northern Virginia, in downtown Washington, D.C., or out in Maryland, we're your chapter. This year with COVID, we've had to do some different things, do some more virtual aspects, but usually we cover everything from socials and community service, raising money for our scholarship fund, raising money for DC Diamonds, community sports, alumni sports. And again, just wanted to thank everybody for coming tonight, and hopefully we raise a lot of money for the kids.
Thank you so much, Andrew. I am so grateful that I get to work under you and also call you a friend. So thank you for all your support and how you've been such an incredible help throughout this growth of what is DC Diamonds, and also just sharing a lot of information out there to our members about not only what DC Diamonds does or THON, but the work that goes behind the scenes that a lot of people don't have access to. And that's super important to me, so I cannot thank him enough. Again, team, look at the bottom. Auction and raffle closes in about 12 minutes. You have 12 more minutes, so don't forget to get those in because we have a ton of great things that still could use some raffle tickets. So next up, I wanted to highlight two very important people to me and this committee. This year has been filled, as we know, with many, many downs. However, there have also been many, many ups. And those ups for us have been quite significant and quite inspirational. There have been a lot of pockets of this year that we didn't have hope. There wasn't a lot of light. And Sammy and Matthew, our two fundraising leads, have helped us continuously spread that hope and excitement by creating fundraisers every single month to look forward to get us on our laptops and be excited to go onto a Zoom or have a cocktail virtually, whatever it may be. I really owe it to them for bringing that light into this committee. So without further ado, the fundraising leads, Miss Sammy Persultan and Megan Maffey.
Hi, my name is Sammy Persultan. And I'm Meg Maffey, and we are the DC Diamonds 2021 fundraising leads. First off, we wanted to thank our fundraising committee. Their hard work was the reason we were so successful this year. Special shout outs to our THON alumni events chairs, Emily Purnell and Delia Carr. Our social coordinator chairs, Laura Daly Danny Nakoff and Alex Korolkoff, and our local events chairs, Brian Kopinski and Eric Wolfart.
This year, we have held 14 fundraisers, raising over $2,900.
COVID-19 affected our fundraising efforts and forced us to be creative on how we raise money for THON. With a virtual focus, we hosted seasonal sips and craft nights, fitness classes, and trivia competitions. We also wanted to thank a few of our local restaurants that we partnered with to raise money through takeout and dine-in orders. Special thank you to Rockland's Barbecue and Pizza, Chipotle, and Caddy's.
In addition to these virtual fundraisers, we also partnered with companies who donated proceeds from their online sales, such as See's Candy and One Hope Wine. Our One Hope Wine fundraiser is open until the end of April to drink some great wine for a great cause.
One of our new fundraisers this year was our DC Diamonds cookbook, filled with recipes from Penn State alumni, State College favorites, and local DC area restaurants. The cookbook has everything from appetizers, dinners, and drinks. It's available to buy on our website at dcdiamondsfdk.org.
We are planning to have more exciting fundraisers throughout the rest of the year in the DMV area.
You don't want to miss out on these events, so stay up to date with everything we have going on at DC Diamonds FDK on all social media platforms.
Thank you so much for your continued support.
FTK.
Thank you, Sammy and Megan. Definitely check out our website and all of our social media platforms. That's where you can find out about these exciting events that do happen all year long. Although we get to drink wine and celebrate tonight, we do have ways that you can contribute from the beginning of July all the way until December and then back into the summertime. So please check them out. Next up, I want to introduce someone who is incredibly special to me. Her name is Katie Anderson. She is truly one of the best people to work with in 4 Diamonds, as she has been a rock star for alumni leaders like myself, who continues to educate us on the work that happens at Hershey Medical Center. That includes what they are doing to provide families with support from music therapy to actual medicine and research that is able to continuously pump hope and inspiration into those that need it the most. So a lot has changed in this past year, but Katie has constantly reminded us in the most inspiring ways that cancer has not. The isolation that we have slightly felt over the past few months is something that families feel every single day. They do have to mask up and they do have to be distant from their immune compromised child on birthdays, on holidays, when they are sick of it and they want to rip off the mask. They don't have a choice. So Katie has really brought that to the forefront this year and has lit a fire under all of our alumni leaders, including myself. So I am so excited to introduce you guys to Katie Anderson.
Good evening, DC Diamonds. My name's Katie Anderson. I'm the Associate Director of Community and Corporate Engagement for 4 Diamonds, which means I get to work with some of the most incredible supporters, community leaders, grateful families, Penn State alum, volunteers, and corporate partners, all of whom are united for one cause, conquering childhood cancer. Let me start by saying thank you to Heather Grace Thomas and the rest of the DC Diamonds Committee for inviting me to speak here this evening. Your group has shown resilience in a time of uncertainty and has been innovative in a time of change. We are so grateful for your ongoing support of our mission. Everyone knows why they are here tonight, because the facts about childhood cancer are unacceptable. 1 in 5 children diagnosed with cancer won't survive 5 years. Many succumb to the treatment. Of those that do survive 5 years or more, over 2/3 of them will have significant health-related side effects, like learning disabilities, hearing or vision loss, infertility, or organ failure. We need better treatments. We need a cure, and that's why we need 4 Diamonds, and that's why we need you. 4 Diamonds was founded by a family who experienced the most profound loss, yet saw that as an opportunity to help others. That family was the Millard family, and that was almost 50 years ago. They say that true character is determined in one's darkest hour. The character demonstrated by the Millards is nothing short of admirable. Since its creation in 1972, 4 Diamonds has helped more than 4,000 children and families and supported a diverse platform of childhood cancer research at Penn State Children's Hospital, seeking improved treatments and cures to benefit kids around the world. Four Diamonds has three major funding priorities. The first is to ensure every Four Diamonds child receives the highest quality of life-saving childhood cancer care at our children's hospital without ever seeing a bill for that care. This compassionate process relieves both the financial pressures and the burden of billing paperwork. The second priority is to ensure Four Diamonds children and their families are wrapped in comprehensive services. This includes providing access to over 30 top-notch specialists, proven to enhance positive treatment outcomes, combined with support services to meet the children's physical, emotional, social, and spiritual needs. And the third funding priority is to ensure grants are made to a variety of innovative research projects that are searching for deeper understanding of why and how childhood cancer happens and new ways it can be treated. Four Diamonds helps to fund a team of over 90 research professionals that collaborate with doctors and scientists around the world, including 270 research partners in the US alone. Last year, your group, DC Diamonds, donated over $18,500 to THON, which is truly amazing. Dollars raised last year support the needs of Four Diamonds families now, but we need your help to make sure kids who face cancer in the coming year have everything they need, including financial support, expert medical care, and advances through life-saving research. Despite a global pandemic, cancer has not stopped, but together we are stronger as a Penn State community, a DC community, and furthermore, a Four Diamonds community. Please consider supporting the kids and families battling childhood cancer who need you now more than ever. You are the strength we rely upon, and the strength that the next child diagnosed with cancer is relying upon. And every single dollar makes a difference. Thank you again for inviting me tonight to share the story of Four Diamonds and how our work with DC Diamonds is getting us closer to a cure for childhood cancer. Enjoy your evening. For the kids. Thank you and good night.
Thank you so much, Katie. Her words really bring me to tears because she is absolutely right in the fact that there has to be more done so that way we don't have events like this anymore, that my title doesn't exist. It won't matter in a few years because these families will not have to worry about their diagnosis or their tomorrow or if there will be a tomorrow. So I cannot thank Katie enough for educating us. I cannot thank all of you donors, and I cannot thank all of you guys who are here with us this evening. So our main event is our family speaker. I had the pleasure of meeting Miss Kristen on a Zoom just a few weeks ago when I reached out to Katie saying, would there be anybody interested in speaking at our event that will be 100% virtual? And without even 20 minutes going by, I get this incredible email from Kristen. And let me just show you her daughter, Marco. She is truly a button. She is so cute, and she is a cancer survivor. Meeting Kristen has just inspired me in so many ways, and I am so excited for her to share with you her story with her cancer journey when her daughter was just 11 months old and diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. So without further ado, here is Kristen. Hi, Kristen. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine, Heather Grace. It's so good to be here with everybody. I also want to thank everybody for my DC Diamonds sweatshirt. I live in athleisure these days, so this will become a staple in my wardrobe. I don't live in the DC metro area, but I'll certainly represent this amazing organization.
Oh, thank you. Well, I will hand it over to you, Kristen. Thank you so much. You are just a bundle of energy, and I am so grateful for you.
Yeah, no, Heather Grace, I so appreciate you guys having me tonight. And the fact that you guys are doing this event again virtually, I think is so amazing. Heather Grace and I got to connect a few weeks ago, as she mentioned, and we are a Four Diamonds family. And like, you guys seriously blow my mind. Like, I'm always so inspired and in awe of the fact that, you know, this is a student-run organization. And then obviously as alumni, you guys are continuing to be so passionate about this cause. And it's like, you have no idea the effect you guys had on our lives. As Heather Grace mentioned, my daughter Margot, she was diagnosed with leukemia at 11 months old. It was a pretty wild time in our lives. We went from having, you know, this healthy little girl, there she is, that was her 11-month-old picture. You can see she's hooked up to her chemo there in the hospital. But she was healthy. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom, she's not healthy. You got to go to the hospital. I was actually pregnant at the time with my second daughter, and I went to a doctor's appointment in the morning for a checkup. I get a call from Margot's doctor. She had been having some blood work to monitor some petechiae, and all of a sudden it was like, hey, we think she has leukemia. We already called ahead to the hospital. You need to go over right now. They're expecting you. My husband was traveling in Virginia. He came home and I called him. I was like, you need to come home right now. I called my mom. I was like, don't ask me any questions. Go to my house, pack a bag for me and Margot, meet me at the hospital. I'll explain when you get there. And we got admitted. She had a bone marrow biopsy the next day. It was a Friday, so they weren't going to get the results right away. So we were fortunate enough that they actually did let us go home. So we got to go home for the weekend. We came back midweek the following week. And they delivered the news that she did indeed have AML, and be prepared, we're going to stay. So what happened from there, it was like drinking out of a fire hose. Like, the amount of information was overwhelming. My husband and I would consider us to be, you know, relatively intelligent people, but we're certainly not in the medical field. So the amount of information that came at us was just really overwhelming. But one of the great things was we got an amazing social worker through the Four Diamonds, Heather Myers. I am still in contact with Heather today. She actually lives really close to me. When COVID's over, I want her and her son to come over and play in our backyard because I love her and she's amazing. But she immediately came in, started going over the things that we'll get through, you know, this Penn State organization. And I always kind of heard about THON, but I was in this bubble where it didn't affect me. So I didn't know a lot about it. And she started going through all these amazing benefits that we get as a Four Diamonds family. And when I tell you, like, it was just overwhelming. We were so shocked. And, you know, my family, my husband and I, we both work full time. We have employer offered insurance. That's pretty good. We would have been able to pay the medical bills. We both kept our jobs the whole time, but not all families are like ours. We were incredibly fortunate in our circumstances. And it sounds weird to say we were incredibly fortunate in our circumstances when our child was fighting cancer, but she had a good prognosis. We didn't lose our jobs. We had health insurance. But when I think about other families, every family is different. We have some families who don't have insurance. You have some kids coming from single parent households, or, you know, one of their parents doesn't have the luxury of being able to work remotely from the hospital. The fact that you guys were able to take that financial burden off of us, we didn't even have to think about it. I can't remember if Heather said it. Sorry, I don't know everybody who was on the event earlier, but someone said that we never see a bill. That's like not a joke. Like, not one bill came to me. I honestly have no idea how much the end bill was for Margot's hospital stay. But the fact that we never had to think about it, you guys supported us with gas vouchers to Turkey Hill to come to and from the hospital. You supported us with meal vouchers in the hospital. I mean, it was just beyond incredible. We got to meet the Nittany Lion at the hospital. Just everything you guys do for these kids and the families, we will not forget. When Margot, after she spent her 115 days in the hospital, that wasn't consecutive. We did get to come home in little pockets here and there. But she did have 5 rounds of inpatient chemo. Each round was roughly 3 to 4 weeks. So what would happen is we would go in, they would do blood work, make sure she was healthy enough to start her round of chemo. And then she would get hooked up to, she had, I think, 4 different chemo medications in different dosing and different amounts throughout her 5 rounds. But her chemo doses would be anywhere between 3 and 7 consecutive days, depending on which round we were in. So we would go in, we'd start chemo. Then we would wait for her to become neutropenic. So for her neutrophil white blood cells to basically bottom out. And then we'd have to wait for them to start coming back up. Once they started to come back up to a reasonable level, we would leave the hospital. We'd be sent home, depending on what day of the week it was. We'd be sent home for anywhere between probably like 5 and 7 days to allow her to recover a little bit. And then we would go back and start it all over. And I'm not telling you, we looked like crazy people when we moved into the hospital for each of these 3 to 4 week stays. So my husband and I both stayed with Margot every single night. And we brought like a play mat. My husband was gracious enough to let me sleep on the really uncomfortable fold out couch bed since I was pregnant. And he brought his own cot to the hospital. I mean, we looked like insane people. People saw us coming to the hospital. I was like, wow, these people have a lot of things. But we did. We both stayed with her every single night. We loved the nurses, the CNAs, the housekeepers, the food service workers, everybody who worked in the hospital. The staffing there is fantastic. We got to know everyone so well. And I think I mentioned to Heather Grace when we got to connect a few weeks ago that it was a little bittersweet leaving for Margot's final hospital stay, because when you spend close to 5 months with these people day in and day out, and now you're not going to see them daily anymore, it's a little sad. We really got to, like, I knew which nurses were having babies, who was getting married, like all this stuff about people's families. We really were able to make connections. And these are connections that when we do go into the hospital for checkups and I bump into people, it's so nice to see everybody. You know, they really brought a lot of joy into our lives during a time that was a little challenging. And I would say that Heather Myers, our social worker, she was great. Not only did she obviously provide us with all the support we needed financially, but I mentioned I was pregnant. So Margot and her younger sister, Nina, are only 14 months apart. And I know no one can ask me a question right now, but no, it was not planned. But I had delivered Margot at a different hospital, not at Harrisburg, and not at Hershey. And that's where my obstetrician, that was the only place I could go to have the baby. Heather worked to find me to have the obstetrics group at Hershey accept me as a patient so that I could deliver at Hershey and be with Margot. She worked with me to do that. Like 20 some weeks into my pregnancy, I was able to be accepted as a new patient. When it was time to have Nina, the nurses on the HEMONC floor, they literally parked a wheelchair outside of Margot's room and had a sign on it not to take it. When I had the baby, my husband wheeled me over to labor and delivery. My mom came and stayed with Margot. I had the baby. I think I stayed one night. And then Nina joined our hospital crew and she moved into the hospital with us. So then imagine like the last round of chemo when we came back with an infant on top of everything else. Imagine the amount of stuff we brought to the hospital. Again, we looked insane. But the fact that, you know, Heather was able to really support me through that. She was able to help me deliver in the same hospital where Margot was being treated. She was able to help me get Nina accepted as a patient to the Hershey Pediatrics group, even though we weren't already patients there, just to make it easier for me, because, you know, infants have to go to the doctor like every day, it seems like, when they're first born, just to make it easier and support us. And I don't know, I can't say my thank yous enough. So we didn't get to have a first birthday party for Margot, she was our first baby. We didn't get to have a first birthday. And I know most moms go like super over the top for their kid's first birthday. So we really missed out on that. So when she was well and off treatment for her second birthday, when I tell you I went a little bit wild, that would probably be an understatement. But we had a superhero party because I think Heather Grace had flashed up a photo of Margot in like a little superhero costume in the hospital. And we did. She was absolutely a superhero. There it is. I mean, look at that face. Adorable, right? But she was such a superhero. So we did a superhero themed party for her second birthday. And like I said, we felt so incredibly grateful for all the support we got from the hospital, from the Four Diamonds, from all the Penn State students. We did not feel that we needed to have a birthday party to shower Margot with presents. So what we did was we actually asked people if they wanted to, in lieu of gifts, to make donations to the Four Diamonds in honor of Margot. And when I say people turned out for this, people turned out. At her birthday party, I think we raised like $2,000. to donate in her name, which was so cool. And we haven't actually had a birthday party since. I was a little bit of a bad mom the following year, just wasn't a good enough planner. And then COVID happened this past year, but it's honestly a tradition I want to continue. We do online fundraising in Margot's name every year. My husband and I will continue to support the Four Diamonds financially as best as we can. We are so grateful for you guys, the dedication that you show to all these families and kids who are going through current battles is absolutely heroic. You guys are truly unsung heroes. And from the Scovira House, we just say nothing but thank you. Literally until the day I die, I will be a supporter of the Four Diamonds. I will support any other family going through this journey. And Heather, Grace, that's all I have to say. I just want to say thank you to this amazing group of people.
Thank you so much, Kristen, for sharing all of that with us tonight. I hope one day I can meet Margot and your other beautiful girls. And it is just so amazing that the work for Diamonds, the way that they impacted your life is so positive, and you're able to share stories like this in such an incredible setting. So I can't wait to reconnect in the next few weeks again. But thank you so much. And if there's anything else we can do for you guys, you know where to find me.
Well, I thank you guys so much, and I would love to continue to support the DC Diamonds chapter as well.
Thanks, Kristen. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to listen to Kristen and Margot's story. We have really exciting news. So the raffle and auction is over. So those winners have been selected, and we will be announcing them very soon. But first, we have an incredibly exciting gift for all of you. So if you did order a celebration box, I want you to go into your box and pull out your golden ticket. Everybody was given a golden ticket in the envelope that came in your box. Right now, you guys are going to be entered to win 2 different prizes. We have one that is set up for local residents who bought a package that are in the DC area. And if you are not local, don't you worry, we have a prize specifically for you as well. So we're going to invite Jaren back in, and we're going to pick those winners. I'll give it a little shake. So this is our non-local winner. They are going to receive a Penn State bookstore gift card. Once we call the number, go ahead and send us an email at this email below with your winning ticket so we can give you your prize. So Jaren, I'll have you do the picking. Who is our lucky winner? Okay, go ahead, read it off.
0992571.
Okay, again.
0992571.
I'll put that on the screen. If you are lucky number 0992571, please email us so that way we can give you your Penn State gift card. All right, we do have another winner. This is for a Hook Hall Cabana. So you might have recognized this as it wasn't our raffles, but we actually had a 4th donated. So we thought we would give it away to a lucky winner. So go ahead, grab your golden ticket. I'll give it a nice little shake.
Okay. 0992997.
All right, we have 0992997. Great, awesome, guys. So don't forget, if you are the winner, congratulations. Go ahead and send us an email at donations@dcdiamondsftk.org. Again, email donations@dcdiamondsftk.org. I feel like I'm on a podcast just shouting out my sponsors right now. So please see below and go ahead, and we can't wait to hear from you to give you your gifts. All right, team. So next up, we have a few special guests that are actually going to be joining us this evening. So I'm sure a lot of you who are familiar with Penn State THON asked the question, well, how did dancers actually dance when there was no BJC, there was no real lottery? Like, how did it all work? And I had those very same questions, as that is such a huge representation of why we THON. We put ourselves in a very uncomfortable situation of no sleep, no sit for 46 hours to just feel an ounce of what a family suffering from childhood cancer would feel like. That vulnerability, that pain, that uncomfortable, that unknown of what time it is, when is this gonna end? Is it Sunday yet? And also those glimpses of inspiration and overwhelming emotion. So I am really excited for this next little sequence that we have together. We have a THON 2021 dancer panel. I got to meet with some incredible ladies over the past few weeks who are coming from all different organizations who wanted to share with you all tonight their experience as a Penn State senior and also Penn State dancers. So I'm gonna go ahead and add them all in. We have Grace Kaminsky joining us here. We have Livy Silverman. We have Ariana Abelli. And let me go ahead and get Erin in here. I think she's coming in right now. How are you guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we can hear you. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. I want to first start with Livy Silverman and Grace Kaminsky. And why don't you go ahead and share with us a little bit about your organization and a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah, so I start, we danced with Arnold Air Society, which is an organization within Air Force ROTC that does a lot of service-oriented work. And then we're paired with the Hoax, if you want to talk about the Hoax.
Yeah, so we're paired with the Hoke family. So we danced for Colby Hoke. He passed away in 1997 from cancer, but we've been paired with them ever since the early 90s. And they're our only family, and we're really close with them. So it's really awesome getting to hang out with them every year and kind of help Colby's memory just carry on. But yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, I'll pass it over to Ariana Abelli. Tell us about your organization and yourself.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Ariana. I am the senior captain of the Penn State Lionettes dance team. So I was able to represent my team along with two of my other fellow teammates for the Lionettes. We have been paired with the Ashley Fazikis family. This was actually her 15th THON, which obviously was virtual, so a little different than she expected, but we were able to FaceTime and keep in contact with her. And then also the Shiloh Krimmel family. We've been paired with them for about 3 years now, so that's super exciting. And yeah.
Great. And from what I understand, you guys were selected to dance in THON 2021 this year. So when did you first find out that you were going to be the ones representing your organization?
Yeah, we can go. Yeah, so we found out like late January. And then we had both been like a part of THON ever since freshman year and when we both got into the society. And so we knew that this was something we wanted to do, especially after meeting our THON family and our THON mom, Judy, who's just the absolute best. We knew we wanted to support them in some way. And so being seniors, you know, this was our last chance to dance. So I know we were both really excited. And to be doing it together was super awesome too.
Yeah, we talked about it like since freshman year, like getting the opportunity to maybe dance together. So it was really great to get the opportunity to do it, especially in like our own homes.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So when you first were selected, did you know right away that it was going to be a virtual event, that you were committing to something that would take you outside of the Bryce Jordan Center?
Yeah, so it was actually announced, I think, late summer that it was going to be virtual. And I think that was really tough news for a lot of people who had hopes to dance and be involved in THON. But as it came closer to THON, I think the January time, we got a lot of information on what it would actually look like. And they did a really good job of making it as close to a THON in the BJC as possible.
Absolutely. All right, Ariana, over to you.
Yeah, so I and my fellow dancers who danced with me this year, we actually found out way earlier. We knew probably about like THON 2020, we knew we were going to be dancing, just the way it works out with, yeah, so we knew like a year in advance, just the way it worked out. We usually do it by like seniority and then fundraising. So as long as we still had those 3 dancer spots, we kind of had an idea of who was dancing, which was like super exciting being a part of THON, because on our team, we try to encourage all new members and like continuous members to join either committees and be involved, whether it be with the team or on a committee or in different ways. So to represent the Lionettes as a dancer, that's something I've always wanted to do, to just put myself in the footsteps of what a child goes through that is going through cancer. So I know that that was kind of like something that was like super different to hear when it was going virtual over the summer, as I knew I was going to be dancing. But again, kind of like what Grace and Livy said, that as long as you had like the support and the people behind you. I know that our Thon chairs did a really great job of making sure that there was different things happening. Of course, abiding by COVID guidelines. They had things like circulating, whether it be like different theme hours or different activities to keep us going, because even though you're in the confinements of your home, which can be nice, there's also different like pros and cons to being at home.
So I guess I'll segue into that. Thank you so much, Ariana, because I have a few photos that you sent me that included you getting together outdoors and your committee and other teammates really trying to mimic a lot of the things that you would see inside the BJC. I know that they brought you like on a scavenger hunt and you got to walk outdoors and get fresh air and meet up with other dancers. So talk to me about the pros of being able to stand at home for this mission, but still get that sense of Thon community.
Yeah, no, I can't express the support we had as dancers. It was incredible. I know that the best thing I think was being able to go outside, like that fresh breath air, like that fresh breath of fresh air. Incredible. Little tongue twister there. It was just incredible to just be able to go outside. And I know that when we did our scavenger hunt, we didn't know what was happening. They were like, we're going to go outside, but bundle up. And we were like, okay. So we went outside, and what they did for the scavenger hunt is that we had different places that we were able to go and take pictures and things like that. So we'd have a clue when we'd go, and like, for example, one would be like the Lion Shrine. So we'd read the clue, be like, oh, the Lion Shrine, and we'd go all the way, truck to west and go by the Lion Shrine and take a picture there. And that's how we got to our letters. We brought it all the way back to the VJC where Thon usually is held. So that was a really cool moment where we had the Thon logo this year, and we took a picture out there. And then other hours of the night when it was like Sunday morning and we were struggling a little bit to be able to go outside just for a little walk, when it was starting to get tough and we just needed to wake up a little bit, that cold air was just really nice for us. So I think going outside was definitely a pro to being in the BJC. So yeah.
That's awesome. I just saw that Erin popped in. Welcome, Erin. Thank you so much.
Hi, how are you? I'm so sorry. I was in the wrong place, and I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well,
I was afraid to hit the button.
You're here now, which is awesome.
Yes.
So go ahead and introduce yourself and a little bit about your organization. And then I'd love to pop back over to Arnold Ear Society and hear more about your Thon weekends.
Sure. Okay. So my name is Erin. I'm a senior at Penn State this year, and I danced for Penn State Charge, which is an all-girls health and fitness organization that's really focused on female empowerment and overall health and wellness. Yes, that's some of our pictures from the weekend.
Awesome. All right, Erin, we will come right back to you. Go ahead, Arnold Ear Society, about a pro from not being in the BJC Thon weekends.
I definitely say getting to have support of people who wouldn't normally be able to support you the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, yeah,
my dog.
Bringing in a dog, that's a huge pro.
Yeah. I know for me, like I was actually in isolation for the first like day and a half of Thon, and then I was able to come visit Grace for the last day. But for that first day and a half, I had my boyfriend right with me the whole time, and he danced last year, so he knew about all the like right things to do to help me out. He was a rock. And then we had our Zoom open the whole time and had like my family members hopping in and out. I know Grace's were as well. Mm-hmm. Our Thon family is like best friends. One of who also danced last year, they were in there the whole time helping us out. So getting to have those people there literally the entire 46 hours,
right,
instead of just every couple hours throughout the weekend, that was incredible.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely the people was huge for me too. And like having that running Zoom and being able to like see our Thon family and then our families on there was awesome. Walking outside was awesome. Being able to shower I thought was really helpful. And then I loved being able to cook too and like getting to pick my meals. I mean, we were fed so well. I had so much food for days after Thon. So there was just the support was unreal. And I was nervous being in my home and not having that VJC atmosphere. But honestly, it was way better than I could have ever expected. I had so much fun.
Amazing. Erin, how about yourself? Tell us about your Thon weekend and I guess what it meant to you, and if there is a pro that stood out to you that was really helpful to help you get through it.
Sure. Honestly, it was the most amazing thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. Like, it was very, very, very challenging. And I think the other dancers would probably relate to this, challenging in ways that you don't expect, but it is the most magical, most rewarding thing that like I've ever done, even at home. Like I going into it was worried that it wouldn't be the same, but honestly, it felt exactly the same. And I think a big pro, and the other dancers were saying this, is that it was very personalized. I got a lot more support, I think, than I would have had otherwise, because there was a lot more control over the amount of people that I could see and when I saw them. And it was also a big pro to go outside, like the other dancers were mentioning. The cold air helped so much. It helped me feel better, but it also helped me wake up a lot, which is really good.
Yeah.
And it was good to have that change of scenery, and also, being able to have control over the meals that we ate. Because in the BJC, you just, you get what you get. And at home, we had a lot more control over when we ate and also what we ate. And that really, really helped, because I didn't have to eat anything that I really didn't want. What I needed, I got, which was really great.
Exactly. You could have pad thai in the morning. You could have pancakes at night. You had full freedom for it. On the flip side to that, what was challenging about it? Not only the concept of it, right, where you're standing on your feet, no sleeping for 46 hours. Was it hard not to want to do that? Because I know that for safety purposes, Thon really encouraged people to not do the full 46, because you didn't have those services like EMT or the nurses station to help you if you really needed it. And tying that into, did you still feel like it accomplished the mission of what it's about, is so that way you can kind of feel what it might be like to feel challenged and out of your comfort zone, and a lot of the pains and struggles that families suffering from cancer feel. So I'll start with you, Erin, and then I'll go to Ariana and back up.
Sure. I would say, truthfully, I think we got perspective more so than we would have otherwise. I think that said before, but Thon families and children get a choice venue. Like they don't get a whole, they do Thon weekend if they're able to go, but they don't get a whole, venue full of thousands of people cheering you on. And we didn't have that. And I think that was definitely, I think, the most realistic part of it. So I think I got perspective on a whole different level that I'm honestly very thankful for, because I think it made me appreciate the experience that much more and understand the experience that much more. But I also think that also what made it so difficult was that it was hard, during the middle of the afternoon and stuff, there's not a lot going on. So then it was really hard, at least for me personally, to stay awake in the really, really quiet times. Sometimes it would be, me and a few other people, and you're standing there in an apartment, you're like, okay, all right. Sometimes, there's couches around you, there's beds around you, and you can't sit on them and you can't go to sleep. And so that was definitely challenging. But like I said, I think it was definitely, Thon definitely gives you perspective, but it definitely gave us perspective on a new level.
And I love what you just said there, where families suffering from cancer don't get a choice of venue. I mean, that is so well said. They don't have control of the situation. So I cannot agree with that enough. Ariana, I know that when we chatted, you mentioned that the pain that you felt during the weekend, even though it might have been challenging at times, it never would outweigh the pain felt by children that are struggling. So I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I think that Erin covered a lot of it, honestly. It was definitely a little bit different being at home, being able to see the time of day and being able to see people, some people might sit by accident because there's seating around in beds. But something that this virtual Thon really shows everyone in the world, whether you're a Penn State student or not, that cancer doesn't stop, and neither do we. So coming together virtually, even though it wasn't, nobody really knew how virtually was going to work, right? It was so new, but we came together. We raised 10.6 million for the kids. It was incredible. I couldn't be any happier. There was honestly, I didn't want to stop. So I think that we were able to do everything. We were able to keep in contact with our Thon families. We virtually danced with them. We would do the line dance with them. They wanted to make bracelets at times, and we would do whatever they wanted to do. So even though we weren't with them physically, it didn't matter, because together the cause is still the same, and we're all together. We're here to be those pillars for the Thon families. We're here as a Penn State community, and I honestly, most rewarding weekend, and I would go back if I could.
Thank you so much, Ariana. All right, and to wrap it up, Erin and Libby.
Yeah, so I mean, I just had the same thought. Like, I absolutely loved the weekend, and it was, weird not having the atmosphere. I'd say that was a little bit of a challenge, but being able to have people constantly on deck on the Zoom or in person was super amazing. And, we don't have a Thon child because we lost them a long time ago, but we were able to see like our sister organizations, like children. So every time I saw their little faces, it just helped remind me of everything that we were standing for. And so the pain, it didn't really matter. Like, yeah, my feet were hurting, but it was nothing in comparison to what our families has went through in the past. So
absolutely.
And yeah, there's honestly nothing left to say. Like, everyone covered it so well. I mean, it was humbling, I think, to really be faced with that situation and think, as much pain as I'm going through, like my ankles have completely given out to the point where the pain has moved up to my back. And I never thought I'd feel pain like that before, but like these families and these kids, they never thought they'd feel the pain they have to go through. So it's just humbling to realize, like, as much pain as I'm feeling, it could be so much worse. And I'm doing this so that one day nobody has to feel that pain again.
Well, thank you, ladies, from the bottom of my heart for joining me this evening. I am so lucky I got to meet every single one of you and hear just a glimpse of your experience with Thon and with us here at DC Diamonds. Best of luck. Please stay in touch. And you have a spot on our committee anytime if you're in the DC area. So definitely reach out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All righty. Well, we're into the final minutes of this program. So that means we have some winners to announce. We're going to start with our raffle winners. I'm going to bring Darren Sugar back into the picture. And we're going to go ahead and announce our winners. So if you did put in any raffle tickets, we have everyone here's name if you were selected as a winner. So I'll go ahead and kick it off with our first raffle. Call Your Mother's Deli is our winner, Jeff Ballou.
And then the next one is for Church Hall Arcade Package, and it's Deborah Camizio.
Woo woo. We have Alexandria Gavin, who won our Dacha Beer Garden gift card.
And then for One Cabana Hook Hall, we have Kim Sable.
Kim actually won all 3 Hook Hall cabanas. So congratulations, Kim. I hope you invite us. Just kidding. But also, I will gladly come. Congratulations, Kim. All right. Next up, we have a Night Out in Arlington package. And that goes to Emily. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Yarbrough. Emily, congratulations.
And the next one is for Next Phase, 5 classes in a personal training package. That goes to Jonathan Silverman.
Next up, we have the Alexandria OTF Fitness Package. I hope to see you in class, Maggie Stem.
And the next one is the Autobahn Indoor Speedway Package, and that goes to Janelle, sorry if I pronounce this incorrectly, Magpante.
And then we got our Barrel Oak Wine Tasting Package, Kelsey Bro.
And then next for Bear Chase Brewery Package, we have Haley DiNardo.
Karen Sobel is our next winner for the Cheese MD gift card.
And next is the 1-year membership to Book of the Month, and it's Jane Perlkoff.
We have our next winner as our beer tour package, Tracy Tardif.
And next is the Total Wine private wine class for up to 25 people, Jonathan Kasich.
Cash App. I knew it. Very close.
It's her family.
Southern Maryland Blue Crab Package is Meg Regal.
Next is the DC Sports Package, Gerard Camizio.
Cindy Moeller is the winner of our Beauty and Glitz package.
And Sarita is the winner for the 1-month membership to Shaker and Spoon.
Leslie Williams won our Furry Friend subscription box.
And how do you say it?
Yes, Caroline Kashak is the winner of our Brews and Barks package. I will take you up on the brews. You can have the bark.
And the next one, because there's 2 winners for that one, is Olivia DiCarlo.
Shannon Stiletto is our winner of our tailgating package.
And Melissa Consiglio is our winner of the Mick Williams Knit Line canvas package.
Nancy Bauman is the winner of our Family Fun Night package.
And Carly Launer is our winner for the Capitol Hill Row House watercolor print.
The DC neighborhood map goes to PJ Weaver.
And Leslie Williams wins the Ryan Zimmerman wooden wall plaque.
Maureen Kaminsky wins the We Are Decor package.
And Brian Kopinski wins the Penn State Nittany Line medal sign.
Our last few here, we have our Capitol building photo goes to Connor Murphy.
And we have Trevor with the winning of the Washington Champions package.
Our winner of the Cozy Night In is Haley DiNardo.
And Emily Purnell won the Go State Design sweatshirt.
Lastly, we have Marjorie Consiglio taking us home with the Picnic in the Park package and the Cherry Blossom prints. Congratulations to all of our winners. Jaron and I will be shipping out your gifts as well as the donations committee over the weekend. So please let us know when you receive them. Congratulations. If you won the auction, make sure to check out the website. You should also receive an email from us that will also include a tax receipt. So thank you for your donation, and I hope you guys enjoy your donations.
Thank you for all your support this year.
All right. Our last guests of the evening include 3 very special people in my life and within DC Diamonds. I want to bring them all on screen with me. I have Danielle Lawton, PJ Weaver, as well as Melissa Consiglio, who's going to take my place. I also wanted to give a last-minute shout-out to everybody who's been commenting on our YouTube. Go ahead and put in your comments on our YouTube, and we'll be sure to show them up here. Thank you guys so much. And coming up next, we have our total reveal. Take it away, Melissa.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks again for joining this evening, and congrats to all of the people who just won raffles and silent auctions. So my name is Melissa Consiglio. I am the treasurer for the committee for DC Diamonds 2021.
Hi, my name is Danielle and I am the event and admin chair.
And hi, my name is Kuzwe, and I am the marketing lead for DC Diamonds 2021, and I'm also the tech lead. And yeah, so we, at the end of the day, we get the fun job. We get to kind of put a number to all of the year-round fundraising effort that we are here to celebrate. But just to reiterate the people that have spoken before me, just to say thank you. At the end of the day, this number is so much bigger than just the 3 of us or just the 23 alumni volunteers that are part of this committee. The beautiful thing about this organization is that the fight against childhood cancer is so universal. And it's really important to remember that every single person on this call had a tangible impact in that fight. So just to reiterate before we get into numbers, thank you all so much for joining us tonight, for staying a little bit over. I know we're over time. But yeah, this is a cause worth fighting for, and we're really appreciative to have you all here. So yeah, we get to kind of talk about how much money we've raised, and we're going to break these things down into categories. So starting with our year-round fundraisers, as Sammy and Matthew have spoken about before, we've been working year-round, holding events local, virtually, all sorts of different formats. And we are really excited to announce that the amount of money that we raised in year-round fundraisers this year equivalates to 34.72, almost 35 days of the Hummingbird program. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Hummingbird program within the 4 Diamonds, the Hummingbird program pretty much covers the costs of palatable treatments for children with conditions that unfortunately cannot be cured. So very important research, money going to a great cause there. And that's just a small piece of the impact that we've had this year.
So for our sponsorships, we had 2, one from Tito's and one from Walmart. We raised enough to cover 71 hours of music therapy. The Four Diamonds Music Therapy uses therapeutic interventions such as playing instruments, singing, listening, and songwriting to promote adjustment to the hospital setting, which is super important for those kids.
Absolutely. And our next category goes to online campaigns. Just to give a couple of quick shout outs, online campaigns not only includes the fundraise through our donor drive, shout out to Eric Wolfhart, our online giving chair, and also our social media campaigns. So shout out to my committee, Mandy, Christine, Tracy. I appreciate you guys. And the amount of money that we've raised in online campaigns equivalates to almost 119 wigs for a child in need. And that's really important because wigs can provide a sense of normalcy during a really emotionally stressful time while they're receiving treatment, while they're recovering. So a really huge impact there that we're very proud of.
So from our DC Diamonds event, the silent auction bidders, the event boxes, the registrations, and raffle participants, we've raised enough to pay a clinical nutritionist for 37 days. And they help to reduce the side effects of therapy, as well as they're a valuable resource for the families while the patients are in the hospital. And I'll keep it to Melissa.
Finding all the categories that Daniela and PJ just talked about, the total raise for DC Diamonds 2021 is enough to fund over 20 hours of research for the Four Diamonds Research Program, which provides critical research in pursuit of a cure for pediatric cancer. So without further ado, the total raise for DC Diamonds 2021 is $20,405.41, which is truly incredible.
Incredible.
And absolutely incredible.
So
thank you so much.
As we all cry on the live stream. Yeah.
I feel like we need to have like celebration music blowing up in here, like balloons falling from the ceiling or something.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. This means so much to us here in this room, virtually in all of our homes, and most importantly to families like Kristen, who you heard from earlier today. $20,000 is going to help find a cure to pediatric cancer. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing evening, and for the kids.
For the kids, indeed.
Thank you. What? Oh my God, guys. I was dying.